Good afternoon and welcome to a Blind Prime channel update slash conversation. It's conversation time with Blind Prime. Yay! Today I'm going to talk to you about a few vehicles that I've discovered in the 1/12 scale. And I'll also do some shout outs to, you're never too old to enjoy toys. I believe that's the channel's name. They did an excellent review on the Bratz Rock Angel bus. We're going to talk about that today. And I do recommend going to check out that channel. The video is about a year old, but that vehicle, I've never even heard of it before, and it surprises the hell out of me that no one's talking about it really. I found one video on it and a bunch of commercials about it. Like, really? If I had the $200 to spend on it, I'd get it and review it on this channel right now. I'd tell you that right away. I would review it just to point out like how great it would be for modders. Now, if modders have covered it, I'm just not aware, but I could only find one video on the Bratz Rock Angels tour bus. It just surprised me. With Mezco having those Rockstar action figures you can get, seems like the Rock Angels tour bus would be right up the alley of a person who collects those Mezco toys. A tour bus could be right up the alley for many people. You got a bunch of business people. You could have a touring president or something like that. You got the Stan Lee figure. You could have him touring with a bunch of superheroes, going on a superhero tour to promote an MCU movie, things like that. You could actually get really, really great with it. And that's just something I wanted to start this video off with because I'm not hearing anybody talk about it. It surprises me when you hear people bringing up the Bratz plane in comparison to the Batwing for some reason. I've never even heard of the Bratz plane before, but it exists, and it came out in like 2003 or 2004, and that's a pretty big little plane. I know that's an oxymoronic state, big little, but it's a big plane and it has a lot of stuff inside of it, and they're talking about how it's better than the Batwing, and I'd say it possibly is, but you gotta account for inflation and stuff like that, and they don't do things like that anymore. So the Batwing is pretty good in at least in today's standards. Consider that the TIE Fighter was like $200 when it came out, and the Batwing's bigger than the TIE Fighter. So, the Black Series TIE Fighter is pretty cool. I've had a Black Series TIE Fighter. I've covered it on this show. I've covered it on this channel. And the Batwing is supposed to be bigger than that. And that's something to consider. Now, also, the Batwing, I hope, is easier to display than that TIE Fighter, because that TIE Fighter takes up a lot of room. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm supposed to float it from the ceiling. I need to put it up in the ceiling. Just an FYI, I have Prophet Director Destro in his nice little sunglasses piloting the TIE Fighter because, he would. So, that's the Batwing. All right, the Batwing's supposed to be between $200 and $250. I don't know the exact price, but I know at most it'd be $250, and then you account for taxes and stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be less than $250. And the Batmobile that's coming out that everybody's just screaming about and so super excited, that's $60 bucks. Even I can afford it with my budget. I mean, I'm not going to, because my budget's already budgeted to so many things this year, like Trouble Bubble and the Commander class Armada Optimus Prime, the Armada Megatron, the Leader class Skyquake, the Titan class, whatever it's going to be this year. I'm probably going to get that one or try to. The Big Ben, and some other Transformers related products for my channel. I'm all filled up. Oh, and then of course the rumored Commander class Ultra Magnus. I got a lot of stuff I'm getting this year. And then the HasLabs will be coming in later on this year, and that will be fun. Those are going to be some nice videos. I got two HasLabs coming in because I got the His Tank and the Death Source. Now, when it comes to the HasLabs, ACBA is starting to annoy me. All right. And I get it. All right. Look, ACBA podcasting, if you don't know, that is a YouTube channel where it starts off like some sort of spelling bee. You got some just really annoying voice saying ACBA, and then like ding 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 ding, like they're winning a prize or something. And if anybody's lived under the subjugation of one of those bells, like that bell meant you had to drop whatever you were doing and go and deal with whoever was ringing the bell, then you know that bell brings nothing but anxiety to us. I hate that bell. I've got a got a friend who's in hotel management, and that bell is his nightmare. Like, he dreams of it sometimes. Just some Karen coming. Those are his nightmares. Like a Karen coming up and just. Excuse me. It may be 4 a.m., but I want you to do something right the fuck now. Ding, 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 ding. So yeah, no. ACBA, can you please stop it with that GD bell? I mean, for all of our sakes and anxiety, I don't need to pop an anxiety pill whenever I hear your video, okay? That's one of the reasons why I don't subscribe to you, because that bell, oh, no, I hate that bell. It's stupid. But that's my personal problem. That's my issue. So, that's me. And what I get upset with ACBA, because I'm bringing this up now, is that they keep getting mad at us, their viewers, for not purchasing the Engine of Vengeance. They bring it up constantly. They did this very day. They're talking about the Batmobile, brought up the Engine of Vengeance, the Engine of Greed. Now, I don't need to hear about this anymore. This is old news. This happened way back when. This was in 2022. Look, we've had so much happen since then. Get over yourself, all right? What in the world? And it got me thinking, okay? And it got me thinking about stuff. Now, when Articulated Ninja brought up the fact that when you combine the 3 McFarlin vehicles that are released, they do come out to be less than the Engine of Greed was, the HasLab Engine of Greed. And I have to state, that was obviously a flex from McFarlin to showcase, like, look what we can do that Hasbro cannot. We're going to put these toys on the shelf. Hasbro thinks it can't be done. Watch us succeed and take the money that would have been given to Hasbro. And sure enough, that Batmobile sold out. I bet you that Batwing will be sold out eventually. The Batcycle for sure. That stuff is going to sell because there's going to be people that want it. And Hasbro is going to have to learn this lesson the hard way. They missed out whenever they overpriced the Engine of Greed. They missed out on it. And now those people who wanted something in the 1/12 scale are getting something in the 1/12 scale. But they're not getting it from Hasbro. They've gone to another dealer. They've gone to their friend McFarlin. They don't like McFarlin too much. McFarlin may overprice on some things, but McFarlin is fair. And they'd rather go to the fair guy, even if the guy does measure everything in metrics instead of inches and stuff like that. They'd rather go to him than you, Hasbro, because you are overpriced. You're overcharging, and you're cutting it with baking soda. So stop it, Hasbro. But I bring up these two opposing views, okay? Articulated Ninja's view and ACBA's view, because I want to talk to you about what is the difference between a toy reviewer and a toy salesman, okay? Now, what is a salesman? A salesman is an individual that's going to push you a product, all right? And who are the best salesmen that you can think of? Why, the life insurance salesman and car salesman. They will do everything to push you that product. They will bend over backwards. They will lie to you hand and foot. They will tell you about the undercoating, and they will tell you about the wonders of life insurance, and they will tell you about all this cool stuff, and they will sell you on the idea. They are pushing it. And why are they pushing it so hard? Because they want that commission, because they have to pay the mortgage. All right? They got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. And they want to push the mortgage. And they need that mortgage paid. And that's why they're salesmen. Now, what is a reviewer? A reviewer is a person that just reviews, okay? The way they pay their mortgage is by being honest in front of the camera. They don't get pushed, they don't get kickbacks or commissions. They just tell you what's what, all right? Like a journalist would. I mean, a journalist with integrity would. I don't know if we have any of those left. But if we do, I'm talking to you. You're a journalist with integrity. I'm going to give you a pat on the back. There you go. A little pat on the head. It's difficult to be a journalist with integrity in today's world. I support you. If you are a journalist with integrity, I understand how difficult that can be, and especially with all the paid content out there. So good job. Keep to your guns. You're doing well. Just push through. Eventually, this nonsense of paid to this whole paid news story stuff will end, and you will be the winner, and everybody else will get fired. So keep doing it. Stick to your guns. Have some integrity. Now, the reviewers, have that going for them. Okay, their whole channel's based on reviewing. All right, they don't get kickbacks from a corporation or a company for pointing out something and saying, how good it is. Okay, because if it's bad, they'll tell you it's bad. Now, that's a reviewer. A reviewer reviews something and tells you that it's bad when it's bad. If it's a piece of shit covered in glitter and gold, they will tell you that's a piece of shit covered in glitter and gold. Now, a toy salesman will tell you something's good even when it's bad. If that's a piece of shit covered in glitter and gold, they will say, look how it sparkles in the sun. Don't you love how this gold coating makes it easier for electricity to run through it? Isn't this just the most amazing thing that you will want to put on your shelf? Because don't you know everyone else in your neighborhood's got one on their shelf, and you don't want to be the person left out, right? You don't want to be left out with this glittery gold piece of shit. No, you want this on your shelf as well because you don't want to be left out. I've already sold 17 of these to your neighbors, and now you're going to be the only one. They're not going to invite you to the parties because you don't have this on your mantelpiece. And they all have theirs. So where's yours? You need to get this. And I'm going to offer you a deal today. Just for today, I'm cutting 20% off the asking price. Yep, just for today, just for you. See, that's a salesman's approach. And that's what these toy salesmen do. ACBA podcast, I don't know if it's a podcast, the ACBA is a toy salesman. Articulated Ninja is a toy reviewer. Viper Island is a toy reviewer, right? And Prime v Prime is a toy salesman. And that's actually, I don't know, I can't say that about Prime v Prime. I'm not 100% sure, but there's something smells weird about that channel. But it's important to consider that whenever you're watching these reviews online and whenever you're talking with other people online. Think about what they're saying. Watch other opinions, other perspectives. Differing perspectives are important, like Perspective End. You can watch him and realize that there is a clear-cut difference between a toy reviewer and a toy seller, and it may take you a bit to figure out who's the salesman and who's the reviewer. It may take you a few videos of watching their content because they could line up a lot on many things. They could each talk about awesome toys left and right, awesome toys left and right. It's same as that. And then you get to, let's just give a Earthrise RC, and the toy salesman will tell you it's an amazing transformer and it's going to go great in their collection. They absolutely love it and they adore it. The toy reviewer will tell you that don't waste your money. Or you can talk about Legacy Blitzwing. And I'm saying these because I know them the best. You'll have the toy salesman will tell you Legacy Blitzwing is the best Blitzwing that ever blitzwinged. And then the toy reviewer will tell you that Blitzwing, like I told you, Blitzwing is a piece of shit. Don't waste your money on it. It was just a terrible transformer all in all. It may have had a great robot mode. It made a nice looking robot mode. I wouldn't say great, but it's really good. But every other mode on that thing is crap, and the transformation is just horrid. So don't even bother. Don't even bother picking that one up. All right? I'm letting you know that one. And that's the difference between a reviewer and a salesman. And so I think that's enough today about the videos, today's video and talking to you guys. I just wanted to make sure that you got those things. Like, one, that there's a bus out there for 1/12 scale stuff, and it's like a tour bus. It even has a stage on top of it that you can turn into a lookout post for your GI Joes or something. That's really cool. All right, number two, that there's a Batmobile out there that's already sold out, but there's a Batwing and a Batcycle, and also apparently a Bratz plane that I can find very little information on. So it tells me that if you're a reviewer out there and you can have access to the Bratz plane, well, that's some free views for you because people are going to be looking into that. So try and find that, and try and find that bus because people are going to want to watch stuff on that. And if you have it, then you will be the person they go to. And finally, number three topic, subject today, just conclude everything, is learn the difference between a reviewer and a salesman, and figure out what who is who. Watch YouTubers that you watch talking about toys, and find out for yourself which one is a salesman and which one is a reviewer. And it may surprise you to learn which is which. Some reviewers are salesmen, and some salesmen actually turn out to be reviewers. And it can be difficult to figure them out, but it's important to keep that in mind because some people do have the mortgage to pay. And don't get mad at the toy salesman for selling you a toy, right? It's not the point. They have a mortgage to pay. They have bills to pay and mouths to feed. So just, if you don't like them, then don't subscribe to them. But don't throw them too much hate. And to the toy salesmen out there who get upset, don't throw too much hate at the reviewer. All right, the reviewer's got a different way of doing things. They may not have the same issues, problems, or bills that you have to pay, but they have their own way of doing things, and you shouldn't get mad at them for that. Usually, they will lead people to you. So just remember that there's enough in this world that's driving us apart from one another, and it shouldn't be this. Okay, we're toy collecting community, and we should all be buddy buddy, and we should all kind of get along with one another, because it's nice to have a community like this. And I don't want to see community members ripping themselves apart, tearing up relationships based on the difference between a reviewer and a salesman. And don't get mad at these people for selling you a product, and don't get mad at them for reviewing the product. Just understand that's their opinion. And at the end of the day, that's everybody's videos here. We all have our own unique opinion, and it may vary from person to person. And my opinion is we should get along. Because, well, that's just it. Because why not get along? Thanks for watching today's video. Please tune in next Prime. I'm going to bring you Air Raid, the action figure, and I'll talk to you guys later. Till next Prime. Bye bye for now.